Welcome back, everyone. Welcome. Please confirm if I'm confirm now. Confirm now. Welcome back, everyone. Kindly confirm. Kindly confirm if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. Kindly confirm if you can hear me, if you can see my screen. We are back once again. We had some network challenge, and let me apologize on behalf of network. I'm apologizing on behalf of the network. Let's not be angry on network. Please, I need us to confirm if you can hear me. I need us to confirm if you can see my screen. That will be much appreciated. Let me know if you can hear me once again. All right, Benedicta, good to have you back. Taiwo, good to have you. Let's also wait just 1 minute so that I will proceed. 1 minute. Rush to the scholarship group as well. Rush to the scholarship group as well. Drop the link. Tag everyone. We are back. Tag everyone. We are back. Tag as many as you can. We are back. And also share this second link to the previous place you shared it. Let's do that in a minute so that we can get started. We have spent a lot of time. Let's do that. Let's do that. If you have done that, just type on the chat done. If you have done that, go to the WhatsApp group of scholarship, tell everyone we are back, and then like the live section, go to share the link to as many platforms as possible as you can. Let's get up and running so that we can hit the ground running. We don't have much time this night. I wanted to do one real life project, which by God's grace I will definitely start. I might not finish, but I will start. So let me know if you have done that. Just type on the chat box done. And what can you see on your screen right now? What can you see on your screen right now? What can you see on your screen right now? I'm going to be moving with a bit of speed. I'm going to be moving with a bit of speed. So let me know what you can see on your screen right now. All right, God bless us. Let's get it started. Now, I was explaining before network cuts us off that the function of today is used to return the current date. And the beauty of it is that if you use it to return the current date and close this sheet, open it up, you will notice that it's also carrying the date of that particular day. Now, what that implies is that it's making use of your system date. So whatsoever the date of the system is, that's what we display. So that you don't go and say, Mr. Franklin, you said is showing today's date, and your system date is not up to date. It will display your system date. What I mean by your system date is, if you come here, whatever you see here is what we display. So when we now come and say equals today, double click. Now what you just need to do, you don't need to type anything, you don't need to do another thing, just close the bracket. Just close the parenthesis, close the bracket, and you hit enter. Automatically it displays to today's date. We are in July 22nd, 2025. That's what automatically it will display. That's the one of day, today function. Then we move to now. Now is another function. Now is another function that I guess everyone can hear me. Now is another function that it doesn't just return today's date, it returns the current time. It returns both the date and the current time. So what do we have if we say equals to now, double click? The same way, what you just need to do is just to close the parentheses as well, hit enter. It's surprising. It's supposed to, on your own, take your own, please, someone that is following me, use the now function. Is supposed to display both the time and the current time and the current date. If you are following me, do that on your PC and let me know what you get. And let me know what you got. It's supposed to display the time and the current date. The current time and the current date. That's what the now function is supposed to display. That's what it's supposed to display. I'm waiting for us, please. Let me know what you got. If you are following me, let me know what you got. That's what is supposed to display both the current dates and the time. Let me know what you got in the comment section. It has been a bit of time I used the now function. If you are following me, test this, type just now, close the parentheses, hit enter. Let me know what you got. Tell me what you got. Alright, thank you, Taiwo. It displays both the time and the date. Beautiful, beautiful. If I don't know whether it's my Excel, whether the one example, if okay, for example, how will I put it now? Let's say we have here, let's say we have start. Why is this not displaying? Okay, let's say here, okay, let me come here. Let's say we have start date here, and then we have end date. End date. Under this, let's say, under the end date, let's say we have, under the start date, let's say 1st 2025, in other words, 1st January 2025, and then we have today. Let me use the current date. Let me use the current date. Now, the network days is to calculate the number of lost network days. Double click here. Now, when you double click, it will ask you what's the start date. It will ask what's the start date. This is our start date. You press comma. What's the end date? This is our end date. Now, when you look at this, you will see you have the one called holidays. Now here, if within January to current date there have been holidays, let's say Workers' Day, Democracy Day, all those, if there have been holidays, you need to state those holidays. Those holidays, you need to state it. Now, for example, if I come here and highlight, I put comma, what's for holidays? If I highlight here, for example, I highlight here. Now, what I'm saying is that holidays are in this column. I'm getting to that holidays are in this column, and then close the parentheses and hit enter. Now automatically it tells me that it's 145 working days. That's what we have here, 145 working days. Forget the decimal. For this will not have okay, Fifani, you said yours displays only dates. Okay, thank God I'm getting someone that says okay. Now that's another finding for me. Now I will find out and know why it does that too. Also let me know what version of Office I use, whether it's peculiar to Office 2021, because what I'm using to teach here is Office 2021. Also let me know what version of Office you are using. So if we want to calculate the number of working days from 1st January to current now is 145 days. Now that's now if I come here and if remember I highlighted this in my formula. Now if I come here and enter a certain date, let's say May 1st. Let's say May 1st. That's let me check my system date the way it is. May's month is first before. So if I say May is 5, and then type in first 2025. Let's say Workers' Day, and hit enter. Now you notice automatically it mine shows only dates. I'm using Office 2016. Okay. Please let us know. Please let us know the version you are using. Let us know the version you are using. Let us know the version you are using on the chat box. Let us know. Now you notice that immediately I put a holiday time, a holiday period, it reduces to 144 because holidays are not part. It's not included in the work days. It's not included in work days. All right. People you say 2021. Okay. So network days is a function used to calculate the number of work days, having the start dates and the end dates. Now this one is a bit network days.international is a bit similar to network days. However, it recognizes different weekends. This one recognizes Saturday and Sunday as weekends, but here due to different religions, it recognizes different weekends. This one recognizes Saturday and Sunday weekend, but this one recognizes different weekends. Now let's see it. We have equals network days international, double click here. Now we also have the first name, we also have the start date, we put comma, we also have the end date, we put comma. Now you see is now putting weekends. Now if yours is normally Saturday, Sunday, if it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there is a place, I think there was a time, I think in UAE, There was a time their holiday period is Friday and Saturday in UAE. Their holiday period is Friday and Saturday. Recently I learned that they have switched to Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm not sure about the info, but I'm certain, I'm sure I was there then. It was Friday, Saturday. So if you are working in such region, if you are working for a client from that, and you know they don't work on Friday and Saturday, then you don't use network days, you use network days.international, so as to recognize their weekends. So let's take, for example, we are working for a client from Dubai, from UAE, and their weekends are Fridays and Saturdays. Then you select 7, you double click here. Now once you double click there, put comma. If you put comma, let's say their holiday periods, like the Ramadan, like their Independence Day and what have you, is part of that. If their holidays, they observe that, let's say we highlight this as well, where we can insert certain holidays. Let's say we don't know the holidays, the client need to tell us the holidays they observe. You can highlight a particular place to use that to recognize the holiday, so that when it's being given, you can impute such date there. Hence, after that, you close the bracket and you hit enter. Now, you might be saying, why did it give us this? Simple, because we format this is on date format. So be attentive on that. This one is on date format. Let me even check whether it's what causes this. Okay. Let me do this and let me check here. Okay. We can change. Okay, yeah, we can change this. We can change our date format. We can change our date format so that it will display both the current date and time. Currently now this is 9:34 and that's the current time. So let's do that. I think this calls my attention to it now. So that if you do that, your own stuff will change. Okay. Now here I can go ahead to change this. Let me make it general. Now if I make it general, you see that is the same 144. Two holidays. 2 weekends. 2 days for weekends. Now if I enter another date here, let's say 21.4.2025 and hit enter. Okay. I made a mistake here. I forget that my system date is first month. Month will be 4, and then here will be the date will be, let's say, 21, and hit enter. That's, you have this to be 143. So that's the network days and network.international. So if you are working for a client that's outside the space where the normal weekend is Friday and Saturday, you can make use of this. The e-date Now, once we talk about the e-date, we use it to know the number of months. Now, the start dates. Now, let's say this is the start date. This is the start date, 1st January 2021. Now, you select it, and then, comma, months. Months, let me say from January, let's say we want to get to October. Let's say we want to get to October. I put 10. I put 10 here, close the parentheses, hit enter. So automatically it gets me to November. Yes, plus 10. 1 plus 10 is 11. We already in January, plus 10 will be November. So we have here November 1st, 2025. So e-date is used to post-date months. You want to add more months to automate it. You want to add more months, you use the e-date. Now, the next is days employed. The next is days employed. Let's take for example, we want to, this employee here, we want to know the number of days he has worked with us. We want to know the number of days he has worked with us. This is the date he's joined. This is the date he's joined, and we want to know the number of dates, the number of days he worked with us. So we can say equals to today, double click, close the parenthesis, minus the join date. You select this. So today minus the day he joins us, we hit enter. Now it gives us dates. Why? Because it's in days. So we can go ahead to make it general. So it will give us a number. So what that shows is that this. So why am let me even take a bit of time. Now, please, when you see certain results, don't conclude that it's not true. Check here your data type. This in Excel, you can see different data type. This is no specific format. This is number format. This is currency, accounting, short date, long date, time. If you click on this and assign it to time, it will give you time. If you want percentage, it will give you. If you want fraction, it will give you. So you check the data type or the data format before you conclude the result is not okay. So here now we show that this person has worked with us 578 days since he joined us in 2023. He has worked with us for 578 days. So with this we can automate the days employed. Tomorrow, if we come tomorrow, this will change to 579. Why? Because today's function will update. Today's function is, it updates on its own. So if you open your sheet, if you are working with me and you open your sheet tomorrow, you will see that this one will become 579. It automatically updates on its own. Now, that's on the aspect of days employed. Then if you want to check if you want to calculate the current age of your employee, you are HR, you have your employee data, or you are an administrative personnel, or you are a manager, whatever you are into, or whatever position you want to calculate the current age, and then you want it to be updating on its own, or you want it to update. Now what you do to calculate the current age of your employees is to use a function we call, what's the name of this function? What's the name of this function? You use this function called date. Why is it not displaying? you use this function less equals date if, I think so, yes. I think that's the correct spelling. Now what do you do? Date if the current age you take today, yes, you open that and you say today, close the parenthesis, today minus date of birth. Today, this, you already know the date of birth of the individual. You say current date, you say dated if. Today minus your date of birth, comma, then open quotation and put y, close the quotation. Now the y there, you want it to display in years. If you want it in months, if you want it in months, you put M. If you want it in days, you put D. So currently we are looking for age, the year. So once that is done, you close your parenthesis and you hit enter. Did I miss arguments? I think so. I've been suspecting that. These functions I haven't used for long. This is correct. This one is correct. I think this is correct. No. Okay. That's the function, I think so. That should be the function. Okay, I think we can see it better now. I think we can see it better now. Now, as we are moving, you can see the time is updating. We are now in 9:44. As we are moving, it's updating on its own. The current age of the employees, I think, I will check that. I will check my archive. That's the function. And you see that I'm missing something. That's the function. Dated thing. That's the function. Is it that I'm missing something? Is it that I'm missing something? Then today minus that function is in my head. I think it's this. I think it's this minus date of birth. let me okay. If that's the function today minus the date of birth, then I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something. Wait. Date if the date of birth, comma, I think that's it. The date of birth, comma, today, close the parentheses, comma, then this, and we close. I think that's the formula. That's the formula. I think that's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing there. That's what I'm missing. The date of birth of the employee, today's date. Then if you want it in year, I'm certain of this, if you want it in year, you put Y. If you want it in months, you put M. If you want it in days, you put D, and you hit enter. Why is it giving me this? This should be it now. It should be it. Am I missing the function name? Now, this is giving me, is it because I put single quotation? Quotation this, let me check whether it's because I put single quotation. Okay. That's normally in some database software, single quotation, double quotation works. So now if you use single quotation, it might not work with you. So double quotation. Now to calculate the year of the employee, the date of birth, which is E8, today's date, the current date, comma, and then you put Y if you want it to be a number of years. If you want it to be in months, you put M. If I hit enter, it's 25. However, if I come here and put M and hit enter, it will give me the number of months. Now, if you say 12 times 25, 12 months times 25, you might be getting stuff like that, and then you add the extreme and the beginning, that might give you 302. So if you do the calculation, it will give you 302 based on the calculation. Now, if I want it in days, I will delete this and put D, and it will give me based on the number of days. Where I was having challenge, I was in the positioning of this, is in the positioning. So, but for now, we are looking for the age. We put Y and we hit enter. Hence, for this one, if we double click here, it will calculate for the rest. This person is 51 years. From 1973 is 51 years. If you calculate it, that is what it will be. 1966, 59 years. So that is the current age of the employees. If you scroll down, you will see it calculates the rest. Okay, that's the functions as regards to date and time. Now let's move to handling errors. On the aspect of handling errors, let's take for example, you know in mathematics, if you say equals to 5 divided by 0, 5 divided by 0, it will not work. In mathematics, it will not work. Okay, Adegoke, you said yours work with single quotation. You see what we are talking about here? Mine, just based on single quotation, it didn't work. That's different versions for different. This one is you see you have errors. Let me check here. This one I don't know whether it's because it's LTC or so, but you see that once I use single quotation, it didn't work. But in other database and spreadsheet softwares, single quotation shows that is a character or a string. So that's, if yours didn't work single quotation, in short, always use double quotation. That one we always work on any Excel software. Okay, now in handling errors, like I said here, if you say 5 divided by 0, of course you know it doesn't work. Or you did a formula, or you entered a function and it didn't show. How do you handle these errors? Like, we have this as numerator, we have this as denominator, and we want to do division, and we don't want it to display this error message. We don't want it to display this error message at all. We don't want it. Okay, yours work with the double quotation. Fine. Okay, now to do that, we are going to make use of a function called if error. This is a function we use to correct error prompts, error messages. We make use of if error. Now to do that here, if I said equals to, let's say equals to the numerator divided by the denominator. Now if I do this and hit enter, you see that we have an error message. However, if I double click it down, you see that others are calculated due to they have numerator and denominator. The ones that have 0 gives us error message. Excuse me, please. The one that has 0 gives us error message, as you can see. The one that has 0 gives us error message. So once you are calculating and you have stuff like this error message, you can correct it. You can correct this using the if error. So to do that, I will come back to my formula, come to this and introduce a function. Remember, I told us the difference between a formula and a function. This is a formula. What I just imputed here is a formula. So I can now introduce a function to correct this by typing if. That function will show if error. I double click. Now what is the value? This is the value. This is our value. If this comma, if this value gives error, what do we want? What do we want? If we don't want anything to display at all, if we don't want anything to display, we open double quotation, type space, press our space bar, and close the double quotation again, and then close our bracket or the parenthesis. If we don't want anything to display, if we don't want to display write-offs not available, check the formula or whatever, you don't want anything to display, or check your data set or whatever, you can do this. Open double quotation, type space, close it, and hit enter. Now automatically nothing is there again. Now if I double click down, you see that other ones is being taken care of. So with this, we can ensure that those error messages will not pop up. Those error messages, those error stuff like this showing us is a division error, it will not show. This place will be empty. And that is making use of the if error function. That's making use of the if error function. These are key functions. There are other functions as we progress as regards to specific stuff like data forecasting. We have forecast functions. We have different forecast functions: focus.ets, focus.linear, focus.confined. Those ones are also function in predictive data analysis. When we get to that area, we look at how we can forecast based on forecast using the function we have. Also, as we progress, we also have some functions, input functions like the pivots, like the pivot tables, and all that functions as we progress. Now, having handled all these functions, from the mark function to test, logical, lookup and array, date and time, and error handling functions, what we are going to do now is to start our first real-life project. I'm going to build this from scratch. I'm going to be building it from scratch. And the first real-life project we are going to do is to develop an automated result sheet. Automated result sheet. You are a teacher, you are a lecturer, or you are even a person that scores your staff, you record your staff performance, you score them, and what have you. This automated sheet, this automated result sheet will go a long way in helping you. And then we will begin to learn certain things, certain protective measures, like protecting your workbook, like protecting your worksheet, or protecting your cells, a particular cell you want to protect. So we are going to start with our first real-life project, having to develop automated result sheets. So to do that, let's proceed. I like giving a heading. I'm going to follow me now. I have taught some of these things, so I'm going to be utilizing them. I want us, if you are working with me, you work with me as we run this project. If we couldn't finish it this night, we can. If we couldn't finish it, we will finish it in our next section. We have just 30 minutes or thereabout to wrap up tonight's section. So if I select this, I can go to this. Let's use this. Then so we can put ABC here, ABC Model School, for example. ABC Model School. Now let me make it middle and bold, increase the font. Then let me come underneath here, merge this, make it middle and then call it result sheet. Now I can bold this, come here, not this, come here, select this. Alright, now that is done. The next I can do is to come here and put student ID, then full name, then I can also put what is it, let's say class, and then what else, time is not on my side. After class, what else? Let's say now we begin to put math, English, the subjects. We can begin to put math, English. I'm going to say biology, chemistry, physics, economics, Greek, what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say I make do with this. Now on top here, I can highlight this, merge it, and then call it test score. This is based on how you want to design yours. Call it test score. Then now from here, call it test score. That's depend on how you want to design yours. Then on here, replicate this as well. So we make use of our tricks we learned earlier. Hold control and drag this over to this place. Position it because we need the same thing. Highlight this and call it exam score. And call it exam score. Now, after that, here we can have total. So let me merge this, and we can call it total. Total score. I know why I didn't bring a template of this. I know why I'm doing this from scratch, so that we can follow. Samuel is saying furthermore, it's yours on your own. You can put in all the subjects, but for now, let's make do with this one. On your own, depending on the subject in the class, you do that. Then we have total score. We can also have let's merge this. Total score, we can also have average score. Now I want to freeze this place so that if I'm moving forward, that place will remain. So let me select this. So I have freeze the name. I want to be seeing the name. The class can go. So we have the test scores, we have exam scores, total scores, we have average scores. Here we can also come here and merge on middle. We can come here and put grades. We can come here and put grade. Then after that we can come here and merge. Then this merge and center. We can come here and put remarks or remark. whatever. We can come here, put remark, then come here, merge this and put position. Now, this position will show whether the student first, second, third, fifth, and what have you. Now, having gotten this, let's format it. Let me merge this, make it this. Okay, now let's format it. Let's say we format this. Let's format the ones we can see, and you can format as a table. As we progress, I will teach us certain table use cases, certain table functionalities. However, let's format as table. Let's say I select this. Let's say it will not because of the merge that I did. It will not because of the merge. It will not go. It will disorganize everything. I merge here. Now you are seeing column. All the merge I did is gone. So let's do Ctrl+C and make use of the cell stuff. Let's format using the cell format. Okay, I think we can make use of this one. Anyone that is okay by you, let me use this. Anyone that is okay by you is fine. You can use. So here we have formatted this. We have formatted this part. Now here you can enter the student ID. Let me remove that ID. Just let me remove that student rather and leave the ID so that place can be small. Now here we can generate IDs for students. We can generate random ID. Now to generate random ID, where we don't want to give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can generate random ID by saying equals to rand between. You can use this function rand between. So what ID do you want? Generate ID for me between 100, and 1000. So I want the ID to be between 3 digits and 4. So what that shows is that the ID cannot be less than 100. So we are having 3 digits or 4. So once I do that, I hit enter. It gives me this. So once that is done, I can drag it down to this place. It generates other random IDs for me. I copy Ctrl+C, head over to this. I have shown us this in our previous section, and paste it as a value. If not, if I didn't do this, if I type anything here and move, the value will change. Anything I do, the value will update. I guess we are seeing that. Anything I do, this value will update. So I don't want it, I want it to be static. What I will do, what I have to do is to come here, highlight this, Ctrl+C. Once that is done, I will go to paste, not this one, not the one on top, this one. Click on it and paste as value. So once that is done, you will now notice that this will not move again. I will press the escape key to remove that stuff. Then the name can be anything. So we are preparing a template. So the name, we put the full name here. The class, if is, let's say is SS1, you put there SS1 and drag down. This is going to be for SS1. And you drag down, you can make it center align. Now here is test score for maths, English, and what have you. This one is for exam score. So to make them not to be confusing, I can come here and give these ones a different a more different shade. Let me use that, a more different shade. Now, so as to separate, to give it some difference between this. Hence, the total score here, the total score here is both the test score and the exam score. That's the total score. So we can say equals to, we are going to be using formula now. We can say equals to what did I do? This sheet will belong. What I wanted to do now, the sheet will belong. What I want to do, the sheet will belong. What I wanted to do, because the total score for maths only will be this plus this. I will calculate the one of maths and keep here. The total for English will be here. The total for this will be here. So as that's the way it ought to be. So that's the way it ought to be anyway. That's the way it ought to be. That's the way it ought to be. Our time is, I don't know if that will be, don't know if the time if we will have that time. So here I will have that of maths, total score for maths. What we will do, let me show us. Here, let me say, here I will say T dot, that's total for maths. Now for that of math will be equals to, so on our own, we can do that separately. We can now say equals to the test score plus the exam score. If during the test is over 30, exam is over 70, which all overall is 100, we have that, and we hit enter. Remember, we are preparing the sheet. We don't know the result yet. We are preparing the result sheet template. Let me put it that way. So this will be this enter. That's to say the total score for maths is this. Then we do the same T dot English. We do the same for English. We say equals to this plus this, and we hit enter. Now if we continue that, let me insert more. I want to show us something now. Instead of doing them one after the other, this one is for English, this biology, chemistry. Let me repeat. I think this, hold control and bring them here. Okay. Now instead of doing this, now instead of doing them one after the others, coming to do for biology this plus this and that, what we just need, select this and drag it. Now, if I double click on biology, you will see what we have. This correct. If I double click on this one, you will see what we have that is correct as well. So here we can come over here. We can come over here and make it and call it total. We can call it total. Let's let's make it black. Okay, now this is total for each subject. The total score for each subject. This is test score, this is exam score, and if I'm to add another one, this becomes what have you see this is 69. So the stuff is correct. The stuff is correct. Now what we do is to highlight this entire range and so as to be more visible. Let's make it black. Now having done that, the next thing is now total score. Total score. The next thing is total score. Or let's have another stuff again. You can now put your grade. You can put grade here. Let's bring. I'm trying to remember how some of these calculations in schoolwork does. Then you can have, okay, math, the person got so this, he got B, so that. So we can come over to this place and bring in another stuff. We can bring in another stuff here. And then make this to be grade. Let's put this to this place. It will not be enough. I just want to select a particular ones that we read so that we see what we can do. Okay, this is for grade under maths. This is for grade under maths. Now, here for us to assign grade, whether the person has A, B, C, D, E, or F, we are going to do here. To assign grade to particular persons based on the students. So what are we going to do that? Is if your own doesn't have ifs, you will use nested if. Delay me this night. Is this aspect that might delay me? Now I'm going to use ifs use nested ifs for English. Nested if for English. Now to know whether the what did I do? Okay, to this person is A, B, C, or D as regards to maths. I can come here and now say equals to ifs. And before I do that, ifs, I can say if this is greater than or equals to 7, comma, What do I want? Give me A. That's the first logical statement. If this is greater than or equals to 70, give me A. Then you put comma. If this is also greater than or equals to 60, comma, give me B. What do I want? I want B. That's the foot comma. We move to the third. If this is greater than or equals to 50, comma, give me C, comma. Also, if this is greater than or equals to 45, comma, give me D. You put comma. If this, you select it again, is greater than or equals to 40, comma, give me E. Please let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Let me know if you're on the same page, please, very important. So here we are saying, before I put in the last argument, we are saying if this particular score is greater than or equals to 70, return A for me. If you didn't see it, check whether it's greater than or equals to 60. If you see it, return B. If not, check for C, check for 50 to return C. If you didn't see, check for 45 to return D. Check for 40 to return E. If you didn't, then check for this for me. This less than 40. If it's less than 40, comma, then return F. That is what we have. If it's less than 40, return F. So once that is done, you close your brackets and then you hit enter. Automatically it gives us F. Why? Because 0 is there and 0 is less than 40. That is what it will give us. Automatically it returns F. So what you do, you hit enter and then you double click. It calculates the rest. If you come here, what you are using is this one. So that is for this. Then let me use nested if, because if I want to use if else now, I can quickly drag this forward. I can drag it forward, it will calculate for the rest. Now watch, if I'm using the autofill function, if I drag it forward like this, it calculates the rest. So if I double click here, it's showing me for English, which is correct. If I double click here to show which one, is showing me for biology, which is correct. But let me use nested if for those who might not have the ifs function in their Excel. There is a function called nested if. If you are using Office 2019, Office 2016, Office 2013, you will definitely not have ifs. So what you need to use is nested if. So what is nested if here? What way? You say this is the final one. I might end here. Then we continue in the next session in building this. Okay. Now if I come here, I say equals if. It's not ifs. I will select this. Double click. If this is greater than or equals to 70, comma, give me a, then you put comma. Instead of doing other stuff, you put in another if again. That's why we call it nested if. If inside if. So you double click and then put another logical test again. If this is greater than or equals to 60, if this is greater than or equals to 60, comma, what do you want return be for me? You put comma. Instead of going for value false, you put another if again based on the condition you are considering. Here we are considering up to 6 conditions. So we have here by saying if this is greater than 70, give me A. If this is greater than 60, give me B. Then if this is greater than or equals to 50, comma, then give me C. You put comma, open another if again. That's why we call it nested if. Double click this and you say if this is greater than or equals to 5045, comma, give me D, then you put comma, and you now say also if this is if that is confusing me now, and you put another if. Double click here. If this is greater than or equals to 40, comma, give me E. Now based on this E now, instead of us putting another if again, remember if accept both true or false, but ifs only returns true. Ifs only returns true. So here, instead of us now putting another if, what we do now is put comma, value if false. That's to say, if you didn't see this, if you didn't see this, down to 40, then if that is not seen, then return F, no other stuff again, just return F. Hence, to close it, you count the number of brackets you open or the number of ifs. That's how I explain it. The number of brackets you are closing depends on the number of if. So you count your if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the number of brackets you are going to close. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You close the bracket 5 times, 5 parentheses, and then you hit enter. Automatically it gives you the same result. Now let's check. Let's check if what we have is correct. Let's check if what we have is correct. Let's generate random values to fill in this place. We can say equals to round between, let's say between 1, comma, and 30. That's for test. Hit enter, it gives 3, and then double click here, it gives me this. Now if I drag down, if I drag it here, it gives me this. If I drag down this, it generates this for me, and then I will copy Ctrl C, come over to this place, paste as values. I have the same result. Now here I can come here and now say equals round between, generate for me, let's say between 20, comma, and let's say between 20 and 70. Let's say between 20 and 70. Close it, hit enter. Now we have this. We double click down and then move forward here and then drag down to have different stuff. Copy and come over here and paste as values. So you have this. This person scored 18, this scored 40 here. Now if we move to this place, you see that what we did is correct. Whether nested if, you see that is correct. So this person marked has C because it's 58. He didn't get up to 60. Now you see the result automatically calculates itself. Once you enter the result, automatically the grades calculates itself. That's what we are talking about, sheet result templates. So to still continue with what we are doing, let me delete all this. Remember, I generated this figure using a function rank between. I generated that, so let's delete that. Let's delete it. Okay, now I have shown us how to use if and nested ifs. Ifs and nested if. So here, let me drag this using ifs. Let me maintain the same formula. That's why it's giving me that. And then let me drag down. We have FF. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Now the total score. The total score for each student. What's the student's total score for all the, based on this, for all the subjects? The total score for all the subjects. What did I do here? The total score for all the subjects is, we come here and say equals to, we use a function called sum. Double click here. I just want to finish up this night and know that this one is gone, which it will be part of our project. We are going to do a full result sheet. This one I'm teaching is, I'm picking, you are going to prepare a full result sheet following this format. Okay, now the sum is from maths down to agric. For example, that's the sum. The total, hit enter and then double click to calculate the rest. That is for our total score. Then our average score is making use of average. Is making use of average. Now we are going to say AV, average will show, double click, also drag down to this place. guess you can hear me now. I'm already rounding up. We're already done. I don't even know that I lost voice. My voice went off. I didn't even know that my voice went off. I didn't even know that my voice went off. We are already done. If you are following me, you would have gotten to this point. The rank is so what number? This number. What is the reference? Is this cell, this range we are referencing? And remember to lock it. After it will ask you what order do you want it. I selected in ascending order and put rank and put enter. Now let's go back and generate our random values again. This is where I'm ending. Now we have, let's say, 1,30. Hit enter and then double click here. Let me drag it up to this point and then drag it down. Copy it and paste as values. That is done. Then n equals range between, double click, let's say the basic 15,70 and hit enter. Here I drag up to this place and then drag down, have this Ctrl C and paste here as values. Alright, now let me press escape. We have these to be our values. We have these ones to be our grade. And then let's check our rank. This is our average. Under this average, let's reduce it. Under this average, let's make it 2 decimal place. Let's make it in 2 decimal places. I think this is okay. Let's make it in 2 decimal places. Now, so here with this, we see that as we are seeing here now, we see what we have is that this person is in 5th position, this person is in 8th position, and what have you. Hence, we can sort it now from smallest to largest. Okay, I know why he's doing that. Because of this, I think that should be it. Now we should be able to sort it now. Okay, merge cells. Okay, based on the cells we merge. However, we have seen the rank. This person is 1st position. Why is he giving me? Okay. Okay, I think, okay, here is excellent. Yeah, this one is A, is excellent. This one is excellent. Yeah, that's okay. We can use this for a mark. We can also use our remark based on this. We can use total score and make our remarks and give it a certain range. If it's so this, or use our average, which I think that will be the best one to use, our average to do our remark. So please, when you are doing your own, this is an error on my part. When you are doing your own, use average. Use average, please. So if I change it, just use average. It will be difficult for me to change. Now, use average score for your remark. So if the average is over 70, excellent. If it is below 60, good, and stuff like that, that is the result sheet. This is called result sheet template. So one of the projects we are going to do is to prepare our result sheet template. I'm going to be, that will be announced in the scholarship group as well. When you prepare yours, it will be something like this. It will be in form of stuff like this, that when scores are being imputed, other things will calculate itself automatically. When scores are being imputed, other things will be calculated. And that is what we call the result sheet template. That's what we refer to as the result sheet template. And that is where we will wrap it up for tonight's section. Now I'm taking attendance. Drop your name and your scholarship ID. Drop your name and your scholarship ID. Much appreciated. Those of us that are with me right now. All right, and don't worry. Tomorrow, by next section, I think today is Tuesday. By the next session on Thursday, the time is fast spent. We need to retire. I need to retire. I have a very stressful day today, and I still decided I don't want to shift the class tonight. I had a very, very stressful day today. However, I decided to still handle it. However, next section, that's on Thursday, I will recap. Please let me know where you stop. Let me know where you stop hearing me. Let me know where you stop hearing me, please. I need us to let me know where you stop hearing me. Also, drop your name, your scholarship ID. Much appreciated. Also, let me know where you stop hearing me, so that on Thursday I will start from there to explain this result sheet and take it up from there. From Thursday and Friday, we are doing real life projects based on what we have learned. Week 1 and week 2, we are doing real life projects using functions and formulas and tricks we have learned so far. That's what we will be doing Thursday and Friday. Projects, real life projects, we will be doing that. Like we did result sheet, we have inventory, we have business, sales, we have employee time, automated time trackers, we have budget and expense automations, different stuff like that. We are going to be doing that from Thursday and Friday. Real life, real workplace projects. All right, let me know. You said that we are far left. We are far left behind. I want us to let me know where you stop hearing me. From what point you stop hearing me, please. From what point you stop hearing me? I need us to confirm that for me. From what point you stop hearing me, please? your full name and your scholarship ID. That much appreciated. I'm waiting for us, please, before I end this section. Where do you stop hearing me? From what point? So that I will have to prepare coming up next Thursday. From what point? Please say grade. Okay, from here, from grade to this, okay. From grade, okay, it's all right. If, and this is a very important place, so very important place. I mean, I said from grade, praise you. That's a very important place. So, all right. By next Thursday, I will explain. By next Thursday, I will explain. All right. Thank you everyone for making it to tonight's section. See you guys on Thursday. Those of us that stayed till this night, those of you that have given your attendance now, I'm taking note of it. I am taking note of it. I know those that doesn't miss class. I know them. Those that doesn't miss class, I know them. If you are joining, drop your name, your scholarship ID. Attendance is mandatory for certification. Attendance is mandatory. Everybody that joined this scholarship course already know that. That has been made known to us before we join. On Thursday, I will start from grade to explain further, and we move into other real life projects we have before we move further into the intermediate stage. We are still at the beginner level. After this week, next week, the week 3 and week 4 is the intermediate level. Then week 5 and week 6 will be the advanced level. All right, thank you guys, much appreciated. Though today I was so stressed out, but God is faithful. Okay, see you guys next Thursday. Thank you, and do have a lovely night rest.